So hello everyone, welcome to ArabTap, and guys, welcome to your another important session in which I will be discussing with you the most important topics that are there in PIB, which are relevant for the examination of RBI, NABARD, and SEBI. The topics कौन से that is India Australia Economic Cooperation Trade Agreement. Why this is important? Because now guys, this agreement has basically came into force. In April it was signed, now it has came into force. That's why this is very important. Then we'll be discussing about the Prajwala Challenge, which is being released to boost the rural economy. But before that, guys, I just wanted to give you a brief information about this comprehensive guidebooks that we have made for you. So the key students that they have a doubt about anything, जो आपके मन में डाउट होता है about the examination, you want to know about the organization, you want to know about the recruitment cycle. In the recruitment cycle, you will be getting each and every information, starting from the phase of the examination, the previous year cutoffs, syllabus for phase one, which is not there in the notifications, how to cover that syllabus, which resources you should follow. Resources again being given not just for phase one, but for phase one, phase two, and even for the interview stage. And along with that, guys, to give you a proper strategy, we have given a 6-step domination formula with which you could strategize your preparation for this examination. And one thing important, this is absolutely free. There's a link given below in the description of this video. Click on that link and download these guidebooks, which are absolutely free. Now, let's talk about the India-Australia Economic Cooperation Trade Agreement. So if I talk about this thing, one important thing that I've started is it has came into force. This is the reason because most of the students might be wondering कि सर ये तो RBI ने पूछ लिया है तो अब दोबारा क्यों याद करें? Why we should remember? Because guys, at that time it was signed, now it has came into force, which means अब सारे की सारी चीज implement हो चुकी है. The things that have been highlighted by the ministry is that but it will have an impact on India. It says Indian goods on all tariff lines to get access to Australian market, जिसका मतलब आपका trade increase होगा. ठीक है? Employment generation it will be created. It says additional 10 lakh jobs will be created under this agreement. ठीक है जी? Then it says Indian yoga and teachers they will also get the benefit because they will now get an annual visa quota from the Australian government, and over 1 lakh students will be getting a benefit which is by the post study work visa, which means the work visa मिलता है था students को, they are who are studying in Australia. Now they will get a benefit from this. Around 1 lakh students will get benefit from this agreement. Okay, so now let's start discussing about this India-Australia agreement, what this agreement is all about. So this agreement was signed on 2nd of April 2022, which is now came into force on 29th of December. This is an information that I've just given to you. Australia ने कब ratify किया था? Australia has ratified it on 21st of November. Reason is guys आपको इसको memorize नहीं करना है. The only point of giving this information is because if you look at the paper of RBI, the examiner is asking some absurd questions also. तो अगर इस तरह का क्वेश्चन वो पूछता है तो you should have an idea कि when Australia ratified it ratified it on 21st of November. Now, as I've discussed, because it is a trade agreement, its aim here is to encourage and improve the trade between the two countries. And why this is very important? The reason being is, guys, because it is the first time India has signed such an agreement with a developed country in past decade. This is the reason this agreement is very, very important for India. Now, when I talk about the key features here, so here we have divided this all the things that will be taking place under this agreement into three broad pillars, that is trade, employment, and others. Now, trade, if I talk about in terms of trade, says trade will cross around US dollar 45 to 50 billion in the coming 5 years. That is total trade, bilateral trade will be mounting about that, which is just around 30 billion at this point of time. India's export is likely to be around 10 billions by the year 2026-27. मतलब इंडिया का एक्सपोर्ट इंक्रीज होगा तो कितना हो सकता है 10 billion by the year 2026-27. Now, when I talk about the things that we have discussed in the headline that has been briefed by the ministry, is it says that market access which will be given to Indian companies, it will be 100% on its tariff lines, which will be given by Australia, whereas India will be giving market access on 70% of its tariff lines to the Australian products. Then India will get a most favored nation status, which will be granted to India. It says in about 120 subsectors. So you do not have to remember all these 120 subsectors. थोड़ा सा आइडिया ले लो वो कौन से सबसेक्टर्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एनेबल सर्विसेज, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ एंड ऑडियो विजुअल्स. Now, whereas it says most favored nation grant will be granted to Australia by India in 31 subsectors. तो वहां से 120 में मिल रहा है, हम 31 सबसेक्टर्स पे दे रहे हैं. ठीक है. In terms of trade services, Australia has committed that it will be giving a trade benefit to India on 135 subsectors, whereas India कितने पे देगा 103 subsectors के ऊपर देगा. Now, one important information, guys, the students who are watching this video, they might be wondering कि सर अब इतने subsectors कैसे याद करेंगे 120, 135, 103. Guys, आपको सारे याद नहीं करने हैं, you just need to have an idea. ठीक है, कितने सबसेक्टर्स हैं? MFN 120, ठीक है, तो हमें MFN 120 और जो दूसरे जो ट्रेड एंड सर्विसेज इट इज अराउंड 135. Then is Australia will provide a duty-free access to around 6,000 on over 6,000 broad categories to the Indian products. ठीक है, वेरस इंडिया कर रहा है और ऑस्ट्रेलिया इसके साथ साथ हमारी जो इंडियन वाइन्स है उसके इंपोर्ट पे भी आपको ड्यूटी फ्री देगा. Whereas if I talk about India, so it says India will reduce the import duties from 150% to 100% on Australian wines of $5 per bottle, which is down to around 50% in the past 10 years. And Australia will also allow duty-free imports on Indian wines that I've discussed with you. Now, in terms of employment generation, as have been highlighted by the minister, it says that 10 lakh jobs are estimated to be created by this agreement, which means the more important thing is employment generation is the key here. So 10 lakh jobs will be created under this agreement. Then it says over 1 lakh Indian students would get benefit from this post study work visa, और annual visa quota कितना होगा? Around 1800. So annual visa quota of 1800 is to be instituted to Indian yoga teachers. तो मैंने जो आपको स्टार्टिंग में बोला था ना कि इंडिया योगा टीचर्स एंड शेफ्स दे विल गेट एन एनुअल वीजा कोटा which is 1800 people of yoga teachers and chefs could be given an annual visa for Australian government. Then it says drugs approval जो है वो भी आपकी फास्ट ट्रैक अप्रूवल मिल जाएंगी from the patented generics. The other important thing is it says double taxation. It is issued under double taxation, which is related to the information technology and information technology enabled services, which will be giving us a saving of around $200 million per year. And in terms of students, 7 lakh of Australia's Indian diaspora, which is second highest exporting diaspora, will also get benefit from this agreement. Now guys, the most important thing is let's revise this all the thing with the help of MCQs. तो मैंने यहाँ पे आपको छोटा सा एक पैराग्राफ दिया है. Let's start come directly to the MCQs. The thing is, India-Australia agreement came into force or it was signed on which of the following date? I have started the lecture with the same thing, that is was signed in April 2022, that is 2nd of April 2022. Then is which of the following statement is correct? Total bilateral trade is expected to cross user 100 billion in 5 years. India's merchandise export is likely to increase by 10 billion. India will be offering preferential access to Australia on over 70% of its tariff lines. So we know second and third statement are right. First is wrong because हमने बोला था 100 billion नहीं था, 40 to 45 billion का trade जो है हमारा expected है in the coming 5 years, which is around 30 billion at this point of time. Okay, let's talk about the third question. This is saying which of the following statement here is incorrect. So guys, these are the kind of things you always need to remember what the examiner is also wants to ask us. करेक्ट पूछ रहे हैं इनकरेक्ट पूछ रहे हैं. उन्होंने बोला 10 लाख जॉब्स विल बी क्रिएटेड, बिल्कुल सही है, हमने पढ़ा ही यहाँ से था. मोस्ट फेवर्ड नेशन विल बी ग्रांटेड टू इंडिया ऑन इट्स अबाउट 120 सब सेक्टर्स दैट वी हैव डिस्कस. ऑस्ट्रेलिया हैज ऑफर्ड कमिटमेंट टू 135 सब सेक्टर्स फॉर ट्रेड एंड सर्विसेज. जो मैंने आपको बोला था ये वही काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन है जहां पे आपको एक आइडिया लेना है. ठीक है, MFN 120 कमिटमेंट कितने के? 135. सो दीज आर काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जहां पे मैं आपको बोलूंगा, फिर भी एक चीज बोलूंगा, डू नॉट गो रियली इनटू इन डेप्थ, हैव एन आइडिया कि MFN 120 और उससे ज्यादा ही थे जो कमिटमेंट्स थी. एनुअल वीजा कोटा ऑफ 2500 इज टू बी इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर इंडियन योगा टीचर्स, विच इज रॉन्ग हियर. 2500 नहीं था, मुझे बताओ कितना था? 1800. और इंडिया will reduce import duties from 150% to 100% on Australian wines. That was right. So answer is option number D, which is a wrong statement here. Now coming to the second topic of the day, that is about Prajwala Challenge. So Ministry of Rural Development has basically launched this Prajwala Challenge. The purpose is to transform the rural economy. So when I talk about this Prajwala Challenge, guys, it is basically launched under Deen Dayal Antyodaya National Rural Livelihood Mission. So now a very important homework that I'm giving to you is you have to tell me about the NRLM. ठीक है, लॉन्च मिनिस्ट्री आप सबको पता है, बट NRLM का टारगेट क्या है और एम क्या है, दैट यू हैव टू टेल मी इन द कमेंट बॉक्स. So we know it has been launched under NRLM, which is a part of Ministry of Rural and Development. Okay, purpose और theme is basically to transform the rural economy और aim भी वही है. कैसे ट्रांसफॉर्म करोगे? यू विल बी ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग द रूरल इकोनॉमी विद द हेल्प ऑफ इनवाइटिंग आइडियाज, सॉल्यूशंस एंड एक्शंस दैट कैन ट्रांसफॉर्म द rural economy, where special focus will be given on rural women who are belonging to marginalized rural communities in India. It's not saying about SC/ST, it's simply saying marginalized rural communities in India. Okay, so it will be basically giving the ideas will be given on 5 categories or 5 innovative ideas will be given here. The categories will be on women and marginalized section of community, localized models, sustainability, cost-effective solution, and multi-sectoral ideas and solutions. They all, if I talk about this challenge at the end, it says that the top 5 ideas will be awarded rupees 2 lakh each for this under this specific challenge. Now let's talk about this question on this Prajwala challenge, guys. The first question I'm asking is which of the following ministry has recently launched this challenge? I have started this thing with the thing. तो देखो ये तो आपको heading से पता चल गया था इस इस about this article is that is Ministry of Rural Development will be the answer here. चलिए अगला आता है which of among the following is not one of the categories. So women and marginalized section of community, yes, it is a category. Localized modules category थे. Rural mobility categories हमारी नहीं थी. It was not a category that we have discussed. Sustainability is a category and cost effective solutions. तो मल्टी सेक्टोरल रोल्स जो था वो हमारी कैटेगरी थी, बट रूरल मोबिलिटी नहीं था. तो ऑप्शन नंबर सी बिकम्स अवर इनकरेक्ट थिंग. So guys, this was all about the session. I hope you have liked the session. So if you have liked the session, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the video with your friends also so that they can also take the benefit from the same. Then to download the PDF of this lecture, guys, kindly subscribe to the Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. Now, if you guys have any other kind of query you want me to ask, you can simply drop me an email at hello@edutap.co.in, or you can have a call with us on the number that is 81462 07241. I hope, guys, the lecture is fruitful for you. So this is the thing you want from us. This is the thing we want to deliver to you. So we always appreciate the students' feedback. ठीक है जी. Again, guys, wishing you all the best for your examination. Keep learning, keep preparing hard, and rock this examination. Bye bye.